Back 12 weeks out. We're actually uh, 11 weeks out now. Down two training days at this point. Um, this is going to be the intro for both the accessory and the SBD day I did. I thought I filmed something before, but I pretty much remember exactly what I was going to say regardless. Sunday morning, woke up kind of tired, didn't sleep too well. But overall, like, excited to deload. Usually I'm not, but I knew I was pretty beat up from travel and everything. So I was pretty ready to just kind of take a step back, which was good. Very happy with that. But we'll recap that at the end. In short, a little nervous at 11 weeks out just because I've not really had to deload this at this point, this far out before. So it was just kind of interesting how things lined up. But, you know, I trust that my coach and I know what we're doing, so I wasn't too nervous. But yeah, so I mean, that's the basic gist of it. We'll do some accessory videos. I'll voice over them again. We'll talk about everything after that. It'll be a nice little intervening video about this morning, Monday morning. And then there'll be a conclusory video as well. So here I'm doing some incline dumbbell. Like I said, it's the deload accessory day for the first part of the week. So I'm using 85s here. I forget how many I did. Usually I'm up at the hundreds or heavier. Nothing crazy here, just some solid reps, trying to get that titty pumping some blood. But yeah, I felt like shit, to be honest, today. I'm not gonna lie. Then we had my favorite movement, the dumbbell or kettlebell, even barbell steel row. I honestly just really like it. We do it a lot with our rowers for obvious reasons, but in general, I just really, I don't know, I find I really just get a lot out of it. Even when it's hard, I'm just like, it's just kind of fun to me. I think just kind of how silly it is, just laying straight out and just rowing away. I think that might be why I like it. And then some slow tempo step downs with some of my cake in the image. This is really just for my ankle, just trying to rebuild some tolerance into it because it's just been so shitty lately since I rolled it. But honestly, it's been holding up pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that. So just a nice slow tempo on the way down as much as I can. Control, no pain. Alright, so it's Monday morning. I slept pretty good. I'm just still waking up a little bit. Gotta have coffee. Mondays are my hardest day in terms of probably training load or just stress load. Stress load would be a better way to put it, because sometimes my deadlift day is harder than my squat day, but Monday is the day where I have basically everything to do. So 6:30 now. I'll get to the gym for 8. I'll start training. I'll snack on some bananas there or on the way home. It's only 5 minutes away, if that. From there, I'll make sure my bags are packed, and then which includes spare clothes and a towel. I'll make sure all my food's ready to go. I'll head into work pretty much ASAP. I'll hit about an hour and a half on the erg bike with a Concept 2 bike, shower, staff meeting, and then groups until about 7:30 tonight. Get home, hate my life, eating in. But no, I like to consolidate everything on Monday. It just makes it easier for me, I think. Like Tuesday, then I'm pretty much like, oh, okay, I can rest, I can sleep in, I can take an easier pace with the day. And even at work today, even though a solid group of our athletes are on spring break and won't be in, like I'll have a couple rowers just because they're in town and they're a pretty consistent bunch. I'll still be working on some projects that way I get ahead. And I think like that's the biggest thing that's helped me in meet prep over the years is just like figuring out in advance what needs to get done. And then from there, like, oh, okay, I know I need to have this done at, 4 weeks from now, which in my meet prep is 7 weeks or so. It allows me to then be already done with that. So leading into that 7th week and that 6th week, it's already taken care of and I don't have to worry about it. So like today, some of the things I'll get done at work is print out the next block for the rowers. This is their last week of the current one. Let's see. I'll finish up a 12-week program design for one of our master's rowers. He's not rowing this season, so I can be a little more wiggle room with how much training we're doing or how heavy we're going, things like that. But really for him, I'm just trying to make sure he's interested and stays moving because he's a super cool dude and I really like working with him. What else? Finish up an inventory list for all the cleaning supplies at the gym. Like there's a couple things that just need to get done. And so even though it's an easier Monday out of all the Mondays I've ever had in the last couple months, so your boy's gonna be working. So like I said, delayed week, and yet somehow I'm at 495 for doubles, moving it at fucking really fast for me. I was very surprised. So I did 2 doubles here at 495, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do 515. So there's 5 plates there of 5 and 2.5 kg clamp. That's why it's 515 in case any of you are wondering. But this didn't move as well. I really think I fucked myself on the pick some. But overall, like, you can't complain about that. It's some solid reps. Bench, deload 285. I was really happy. Again, like, I'm starting to be able to unrack by myself again, which is nice. Some tension was there, but nothing painful. Boom, big push. And big push. And then did some mixed grip on some conventional singles. Just some fun. Alright, so I moved the camera to give the illusion of this being a different time frame from when the intro was filmed. But as I noted during the voiceover of the lifts, I'm feeling pretty fucking good despite it being a deload. I did not expect to go that heavy. That is the nice thing about velocity-based training. It really allows me to kind of make sure I am pushing myself, and even on a deload, picking heavy enough weights. A deload is not training. It's just cessation of building stress and allowing some recovery. So at the speed I hit 515 at for a double, if my fitness is so bad that I can't recover from the weights I did today, we have a big fucking problem. But I feel fantastic. I went and did an hour on the Concept 2 bike, like half an hour later. Felt fantastic. I'm tired now, but I was working all afternoon. A lot of athletes, the high school athletes we work with, aren't there this week. Vacation, spring break, etc., etc. But I got a lot of cleaning done. Yeah, so I organized the cleaning closet, which was fun until my brain smelled like Lysol. But it's good. It needed to happen. I organized everything, made a list. So that was good. I have a performance review coming up. I feel very positive about it. I know the areas I'm lacking, so it'll be interesting to see if my boss perceives it the same way. But I really like where I work right now. It's fantastic. I feel like I'm in a great spot, both for my coaching and the impact I have on the kids around me, but also my own lifting. Like, I'm allowed that space to pursue the things that I, in essence, have dreams of being a high-level powerlifting athlete and coach at some point, But no, with the positive stuff, I wanted to kind of get that out of the way. I wanted to explore maybe some negative topics, sadly. For one, My aunt is uh, sick in the hospital right now. A couple things going wrong. My family is full of very stubborn people who have managed to be, right about to go and then turn it around for whatever reason. I don't mean to make light of the situation, but humor is how I cope with these things. I'm very accustomed to the grieving process and being in these situations where you're like, are they going to get better? Are they not? So that's kind of sad, but it is what it is. As you get older, you just learn to kind of deal with those things. The other topic I wanted to talk about, I want to make sure this is correct. And that is, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I shared a post earlier on my Instagram basically saying, like, predators should have the shit beat out of them. Abusers should have the shit beat out of them. I firmly think if you're a coach who sexually harasses or even like crosses that line, like harassment, assault, none of that's acceptable. I think you should get the shit beat out of you at any meet you go to. I have no qualms in saying that. And I'm not really interested in listening to people try and defend shit and do the, well, what if people are lying? Like, I'm going to be honest, as someone who was, sexually assaulted as a kid, it took a long time for me to even talk about with my mom. I'm 28. I don't think I brought it up to her until I was like 26, 27, because I felt like I had done something wrong. It was a shameful experience. I know now that that's not the feeling I should have had, because I didn't do anything wrong. I was taken advantage of as a kid. And so, knowing that feeling, knowing the ways that abuse manifests and the way that abusers act, even though my situation was like a one-time thing, knowing all this, I know the difficulty that other people have in those similar situations. And to sit there and say, oh, well, why didn't they talk about it earlier, blah, blah, blah. I think it lacks empathy, and it's really concerning to me that the instinctive thought is not, how do I comfort this person in this moment of difficulty? Because even if you thought this person was like overblowing the situation, which I think you're a douche if you think that, this is a person who's still struggling with the situation, and the fact that you, as another human being, can't even acknowledge this person's hurt and suffering, it scares me. It really does. It also pisses me off. And so April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, and I think we would be better to have conversations about these things rather than kind of push them under the rug. They're hard topics, but especially in powerlifting, like, we need to be talking about these things, because there is no sort of unifying body to say this person is a safe sport coach, this is blah, 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 blah. If you're a coach and you attempt to cross that line, you should not be a coach. If you are someone who is being abused by a coach, you're not alone. You are loved, you are supported, and there are people who you can go to. But the important thing is you need to get away from that situation if you can. I'm not going to give any more advice because I'm not a qualified professional to speak on this, and I actually want to be doing more due diligence in this month to talk about these things. But my line or Instagram is always open to talk with other victims if they need to have a space to discuss these things or just need a shoulder to lean on. And that's not limited to women. I want that to be clear. I think sometimes men feel like the discussion around sexual assault, even though it is overwhelmingly women who are victims, it does happen to men, and we need a space as well. And non-binary folks too. I mean, really, anyone who's a victim of that sort of abuse. I am here to talk to you. That is totally fine. You can reach out to me. I would love to be a shoulder of support and help you with what you need. If you are someone who is perpetrating abuse, I hope I don't catch you in a dark parking lot. And I'll leave it at that.